Hi, so we're the Habitat for Humanity Amory team, and we were charged with creating an economic impact report for them this summer. And so just to start off, we wanted to take a little bit of their mission statement because we felt like it really set the tone for the work that we did. So Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope.
Yeah, hi, my name is Will McCullough. I am a senior economics major, psychology minor at the college, and I'm working from home in Pittsburgh this semester, and I'm the other half of the team.
And my name is Tabitha. I'm a junior at the College of Worcester. I'm a global and international studies and economics major with a minor in French. I'm originally from Eugene, Oregon, but I am studying on campus this semester. And our project was advised by Dr. Jim Burnell and Dr. Bert Kraus.
So, just a little bit more background on Habitat for Humanity Wayne County. They are a local affiliate of Habitat for Humanity International, formed in 1986, and have built 82 homes around Wayne County. And they also operate a highly successful restore where they are able to sell gently used home renovation materials so that people who might not otherwise have the ability to renovate and maintain their homes have the ability to do so.
So, as I said before, we were charged with creating an economic impact report. And so, in order to do this, we wanted to focus on answering the question of why should you donate to Habitat for Humanity? And so, to do this, we aim to create two final products. The first being an executive summary with sort of easily digestible fundraising materials that can be distributed to the public, helping them sort of run a capital campaign. And then the second being a more detailed report of our findings, something that they could use internally that contained much more of our analysis and all the data.
So just to summarize some of our findings, the first thing we looked at in this study was the impact of building a habitat house in the neighborhood and how this impacts housing prices for other houses in that neighborhood. So we were able to collect data on single-family Worcester homes and ran some regression analysis and figured out that for for neighborhoods with similarly specified houses to those that Habitat builds, the Habitat has an impact of around 6% on the surrounding home prices, which equates to around $3,000 on average of increase that can be attributed specifically to the building of a Habitat house, which really just emphasizes how much people value having habitat in their communities and their positive impact on the neighborhood.
Yeah, so sort of to look further into the local economic impacts that Habitat for Humanity has on Wayne County, we went ahead and looked at the 10 most recent home builds and the total amount that they spent at Wayne County businesses in order to construct those. And we found that it was $679,778 were spent at local businesses in Wayne County, and that 83 of the 143 total vendors used for those 10 home builds were located in Wayne County. As you can see on the figure to the right, we didn't want to just ignore other local businesses that might exist outside of Wayne County, and we wanted to look at the greater Ohio economy. So we found that while 71% was spent in Wayne County, 21% was spent still in Ohio, just outside of Wayne County, with only 8% of that budget going to businesses located outside of Ohio. So that we thought that really emphasized how much they were committed to supporting the Ohio economy. We also wanted to look at monetizing volunteer value because it's really difficult to sort of measure the impact that these amazing people can have on an organization. So to do that, we looked at the estimated dollar value of a volunteer's time in Ohio, which was $24.05 an hour. And so we took that and applied that to the amount of time that volunteers were spending at Habitat for Humanity in between July of 2019 and May of 2020. And we found that the value of that time was $206,608. And to further break that down, we wanted to look at the amount of time and money that they were saving by having volunteers work on their housing projects. So we just looked at the hours that were spent on construction, and we found that that was $153,325 spent saved on construction. And you can see the breakdown of where volunteers are spending their time on the left, and you can see the majority is at construction, with the next being restore, and then a slight amount at board and committee.
Yeah, and then another economic impact we looked at was the often overlooked aspect of Habitat, where they sell their homes to families at significantly below where they would, or how they would be priced in the real estate market, as well as providing 0% interest loans on these sales. So we looked at how much it would cost families to buy the same house, not from Habitat in the typical real estate market. And we found that over the 30-year course of a mortgage loan, Habitat families are saving over $150,000 on average. And this then equates to more money saved by families per month on their housing costs, which then is able to then either be saved or spent further in the Wayne County economy and further increase the economic impact of Habitat for Humanity.
And then, as we mentioned before, we wanted to really look at Restore and how that sort of fit in with the other aspects of Habitat for Humanity. And we actually found that 45% of their 2019 budget was generated from Restore sales, which really demonstrates how important this part of the business is in being able to provide homes for people who need them in Wayne County. And a big reason of why they're so successful is the donations that come from the local community, because that is essential to them being able to price their products both affordably but still generate income. We really wanted to highlight their employees as well, because they're extremely proud of the people in the community that they're able to employ, and how that helps the economy as well by having more people employed in Wayne County. And then finally, and most importantly, is the accessibility of Restore. Since more people in Wayne County will be able to maintain their homes with low cost products, but still have that quality, we think that really highlights Habitat's mission of providing safe and secure housing and also helping to maintain it.
Yeah, so just to summarize our conclusions from this study, we found that there are significant positive economic impacts on the community from Habitat for Humanity, as well as positive social impacts that go along with those in a multitude of different ways. And so to kind of look at more of the Amory side as the whole experience, I definitely learned a lot about working with large data sets, both in Excel and then also running analyses on them in Stata, which is something that I'm taking over into independent study this semester, especially with housing data. As well as just fitting all of these analyses into an established brand aesthetic that Habitat already has. And then also just throughout the process, I am thinking about like how I learned so much about focus and making sure everything gets done on time and on task, and then also making sure holding myself accountable to Tabitha as well as our advisors throughout this process.
Yeah, so really similarly to Will, I feel like I got a much better grasp of how to work in Excel. But I think for me, the biggest thing was learning data visualization skills, sort of taking these larger statistics and breaking them down into something digestible, and also making it into something that does fit into this established brand aesthetic. So that was something that was really exciting and I really enjoyed about this project. And then skills gained, I really felt that the real life application of these concepts that I'd been learning in the classroom and like being able to apply that in a consultant and client relationship was like so helpful. And I feel like I learned so much through this project.
Yeah, and then once again, just a quick thank you to our stakeholders and sponsors, especially Habitat for Humanity, Wayne County, for making this possible, and to all of you for watching our presentation today. Thank you.
Thank you.